The college basketball experience Summit League conference preview edition on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you use our promo code TCESGPN. Welcome, everybody, into the college basketball experience. Triple header on the college basketball, quadruple on the college experience. Leg number 3 here. We're in the third quarter, and we're talking Summit League basketball preview. 9 teams in this league. A lot of history, a lot of continuity in this league, Bienick. Sometimes we get some parity in this league. We got some rich tradition programs, good coaches, some coaches that have been promoted to other jobs and had a lot of success. We'll break it all down. I can't wait. I love the Summit. So if you're wondering who you're listening to, I am Moneyline Mac, a.k.a. the former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. Cheers, baby. Mac tonight over here at the College Experience. Talking college hoops. Preview number 21 of 31, which means we're in the home stretch. 10 to go after this one. This guy, he's all over the place as well. He is the co-host of the College Baseball Experience and College Basketball Experience. He is
college hockey,
and college hockey. He is a LeBaron driving.
A podcast show yet. So
he is a LeBaron driving. He's a cocktail napkin having. He's in the state of Michigan. He's all over the Tennessee coaching search. He's Noah Bienick, aka Noah B77. What's up, man?
Nothing too crazy. Just Tennessee fans, making Giants fan accounts and, just nothing new in SEC world. Nothing new at all. Mac, I still question whether or not you used the word continuity correctly in sentences. So
everything's continuity. The show is continuity.
This league lacks plenty of continuity.
They do. It used to be a big continuity league, but they do get rated in the portal, just like the league we previously did with the SoCon and CAA, unfortunately.
This year it's a league with parity, potentially.
Yeah. Third man in the booth. You guys know him from the Lock and Dog podcast. He's from the Windy City. He is Cannabis Capper, a.k.a. CC. What's up, brother?
We're looking live from the Dakotas for the Summit League.
Hey, those are programs that have continuity at the football level. So, go check out the college football FCS experience, where we got a couple big ones this weekend.
National TV for the FCS this week.
Oh yeah, baby. So go check out the FCS experience.
Game day, though.
Well, that's because it's rigged and it's corrupt, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
go listen to Colby an hour from now, and you'll hear that rant. So, Noah, how did we do here? The trash can, Omaha. You know what pissed me off about Omaha is I was like early to pump them up, and then I started trying
off
to
the wagon. You tried to.
I remember you were like off like 8. Like, get this trash can bullshit out of here.
No, that was Colby. Colby was not buying into the trash.
No, he was not.
I was all in though. I ditched. So Mac
TMZ. They went TMZ, and then I was like, I can't do it. I can't be on ESPN side. But I should have just rode the wagon. I pumped them up before they became what they were.
Yeah. Mac. I picked UMKC to win the league.
Oh, God.
I saw the writing on the wall early, and I jumped off the wagon and jumped on Omaha hard. So that was the team that I was pushing. You picked St. Thomas to win the league. They come in second. So, unfortunately for you, just one off of a correct prediction there as I'm pulling up the Summit League standings from last season. You had South Dakota State winning the tournament, which surprisingly Omaha pulled off the sweep. Both of us had South Dakota State winning the tournament. And if you remember, South Dakota State got eliminated by North Dakota after Eagle Staff went for 51.
That's right.
So one man eliminated SDSU, and then it opened up everything for everybody. But, the one seed took it down. Both of us had Oral Roberts as the sleeper in this league. That didn't work out very well either. However, both of us had North Dakota, taking big steps back as the bust or disappointment, and they did. They finished 5-11 after finishing second place in the league, so we got that one correct. So overall, not a great preview. And the sleeper bust, the definitions of this one get really fringy because last year you wanted to have St. Thomas as your sleeper. With them, you had them predicted to win the league, and they were picked second or something like that in the preseason poll. So he didn't give that to you or something like that. So you were forced in the Oral Roberts, which turned out to be a terrible pick. Overall, I was way off on the top of the conference. I had UMKC up there. I had South Dakota State. Did not see Omaha coming in the preseason. I think I picked them 7th in the preseason. You had them 6th. So shout out to Crutchfield. Unbelievable coaching job there. And that leads us to 3 new faces in this league. Starting off with South Dakota State promoting from within. Mac helped me out. He went to Drake, their previous head coach, Henderson.
Henderson, yeah. And Peterson was with him the last 6 years.
Yeah. So Bryan Petersen gets promoted from within on Henderson's staff. And then Oral Roberts brings in Kory Barnett. And then we'll talk about Denver's new guy here in a second.
We will. But before we do so, we want to shout out the load management. And that is our friends over at the NBA Gambling Podcast. They're breaking down all those daily games. Good luck trying to figure out who's playing. So get on over there. You're going to want to listen to them because they got all the information before it happens. So tune into the NBA Gambling Podcast wherever you get your podcasts today. I love shitting on the NBA. First up here, let's start with the Denver Pioneer. Noah Bienick is the season ticket holder, as everybody knows. Outside the box hire here. Tim Bergstraser coming over here. Spent the last 3 years at Minnesota State. Moorhead over less head, baby. Great run, 75-22 at the Division II level. I like the outside the box thinking hire here, Noah, going the D2 route. Hiring a proven winner. Denver's kind of been in the basement over the last, since I can remember. I like the hire. I'm high on this. It may take a year. Take it away on this roster because it will be a brand new roster.
Yeah, so Bergstraser's like a lifer from Minnesota. He played D2 college basketball, and then he comes in from Minnesota State University Moorhead, which is a D2 school. He built that program over the last 3 years here, 25-7, 25-6, 25-9. They go to the Sweet 16 last year in the D2 tournament, and just his calling card was just program builder because that was the first time that Minnesota State had been there. I had it since 2014, 2015. First time in the Sweet 16 in a decade for that program. So comes into Denver. Denver last year finished third to last. They just won 5 games. The excitement around this is he's pulling off something that we've seen in a few programs last year in the Big West. Also, some people will tell you this is like a Ben McCollum job where he's coming into, this place with multiple of his guys from his previous program. I wouldn't go as far to say McCollum or as good as McCollum because, McCollum had done it for a decade at his previous position, had taken that team to a Final Four, and then brought all those guys with him. This was a Sweet 16 D2 team, and he is bringing some of his top guys over. But I'm gonna pump the brakes on like just how much hype I'm putting onto these guys. I'm not necessarily picking, you know, like a McCollum Drake-esque team to win the Missouri Valley like I did last year. Denver, I think, will be a competitive group because of the continuity in this starting five that he brings. But I don't know if they're the title favorite. Carson Johnson, last year as a freshman for Minnesota State Moorhead. Sorry, I screwed that up twice now. Was unbelievable as a freshman at the Division II level. This is a D1 player for sure. Averaged 20 points per game, 3 boards, 3 assists, over a steal per game. Shot 42% from three. Just unbelievable freshman year at the D2 level. He comes in from Moorhead. Logan Kinsey comes in from Moorhead. He played 32 and a half minutes a game, 14 and a half points, 5.5 boards, shot 37.5% from three, 49% from the field as a 6'6 senior forward. Sean Wysocki is a 6'6 forward. He was also a freshman last year, played 26 and a half minutes a game. He shot 51% from the floor, 7.5 points per game, 4 boards. He's a really good defensive piece as a 6'6 physical forward. Those are your three from that starting five that went to the Sweet 16 last year. And then Corleone Dandridge redshirted. And so he didn't play his freshman year, but he comes in from Moorhead as well. They bring in Gabe Oldham to play the five. He's a 6'8 junior from Pima Community College, which is a JUCO. He put up 13 points per game, 9.5 boards, and over a block per game as well. He'll be a big piece if he can defend the rim in the Summit. This team should be pretty dang good because they also bring in Zane Nelson from D2 Missouri Western. He played 33 and a half minutes a game last year, 15 and a half points per game, 5 boards, 4.5 assists, over a steal per game last year. He shot all right from three. He's a graduate senior, provides some experience in the backcourt, and he's a salty defender and also a little bit of depth at the point guard position because he played the point with Missouri Western last year. Ian Modick comes in from Bucknell. He didn't play last year due to injury, but in 2023-24, he played 24 minutes a game, put up 10 points per game, shot 43% from three on 3 attempts a game. Jeremiah Burke played 8.5 minutes a game in this conference last year for North Dakota State. He's a 6'7 graduate senior forward. Julius Rollins was a starter for Western Illinois last year, shot 32% on 3.5 attempts from deep last year in 29.5 minutes a game, 9.5 points, 4.5 boards. The one returner from last year is Josh Lee. He shot 40.5% from three on 1.5 attempts per game. He's a 6'3 senior guard. This team's going to get up their shots. It kind of checks a lot of boxes for me. There's 2 really good ball handlers on this team. We'll see about the rim protection. There's continuity. There's experience. There's a little bit of everything to love. I'm going to have them below some of the premier programs that we've seen have success in the Summit before. But again, the guys know me as a sucker for the Pioneers. Any team with the nickname the Pioneers in D1 level, I basically claim them as my own. Colby, I will take you up on the season tickets this year for my Pios.
Okay. I will not pick them to finish last. I love that the coach brought his guys with him. I think that's awesome. Number one, he knows these guys. They've been in the program with him. I think we've kind of seen that formula have early success. So they opened the season November 3rd at Seattle. No, would you be afraid of the Denver money line in that game?
Dude, they're going to be chippy early. They're going to be way
They're going to be
undervalued.
super chippy early.
Seattle's really good in the crack house, though.
I looked at it. The analytics don't like this team, so the books are going to be behind on this team.
Yeah, well, they're always kind of behind on the new coaches that have some guys coming in from like we looked at it with last year with Cal Poly. They were an ATM early in the season.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So potentially
same with Drake too.
ATM potential with Denver this year. I think you're gonna see them come up and clip some people early. I'd be worried about late, just with having to play so many games at elevation, having to travel to so many different spots. Well, I guess
Hopefully they get used to the elevation.
Yeah,
'cause
I
they'll
guess
be
they're in Denver,
practicing
but
a
so they're
mile
coming from
high.
Minnesota. My thought is they're coming from Minnesota, so there might be.
Yeah, but
You know,
they'll hopefully get used to that in practices and stuff
well,
like that
let's
and be
hope.
ready for conference play.
But still, having to play like a full season at elevation that could take some wind out of yourselves. But either way, I like the roster he's brought with him. We've seen this formula work in other seasons. I think you're going to be chippy. Let's see what that money line looks like for Denver at Seattle.
Yeah, dude. We've seen enough instances, whether it's in football and in basketball now, where this works. So, no, what's the other team? Denver and Cal Poly last year.
Yeah, Cal
Which
Poly
is
did
what we
it.
were talking about last year, and then of course Drake. This is not going to be Drake. This is not.
The George and McCollum were both national championship contender coaches at previous levels. Like it's not quite going to be like that. I don't want the expectations.
Oh no, throwing cold water on his guys over here.
Well, I did that at the top before Mac even pressed me just here. But
no, but the expectation is not McCollum.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna put that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I predicted McCollum to win the MVC when not a lot of people did.
Yeah, and
I'm not predicting like I love Denver. I'm not predicting DU to win the Summit this year.
I got him in the middle. I got
him in the top. Like I got him. Yeah. Like I've got him close to contending. I just don't have him in that top three. With I think no top three this year.
And hold on one second, real quick, because we're going to talk about this team at the back end. The Tommies, I did take the Tommies 1 year to transition. But the Tommies were a D2 roster, and they've been in the top 4 every year of this outside of 1 year. So D2 in the Summit League, it's not that far a drop off, if any.
No, it really isn't. No.
So yeah.
But the Tommies were a D2 program that made the jump, correct?
Yes. But they had D2 guys that made
totally fair, but even still.
But in that year, that first year with the Tommies, they were not expected to be great. This team, I think there is some expectation that they're going to hit the ground running. I have them outside the top 3. We'll talk about the rest of the conference here. I think there's a clear top 3. I've got Denver 4th.
Worth noting with the Tommies, a little bit of an asterisk that year that they transitioned because of where they are located geographically. It was the COVID year. Minneapolis, bullshit restrictions at the time. They had a lot of bullshit going on that year. So, anyway, I like Denver this year. I'm with you, man. Let's go. Noah Bienick is not going to be high on this team. I can Marvin Menzies comes back here for year number 4. Last year, a lot of guys back, a lot of hype. They fall on their face, finish 8th after they finished 2nd the year before. Noah, what's your thoughts on a potential boomerang team here?
Oh, I don't see any boomerang here. This is a JUCO All-Star.
Oh, God.
This is a JUCO All-Star team that I never really fall in love with. Again, maybe contrasting a little bit of what I just said with Denver. That was a team that played together last year, got to the Sweet 16 of D2 NCAA tournament. These are all JUCO stars from their previous location, all now combining onto one team. Now they've got to iron out some roles. Just like Menzies got to determine who's playing big minutes on the team. And all of these guys were studs at their previous locations. CJ Evans from Ranger Junior College, 17.5 points per game, 8 assists, 3.5 boards. Jamaria Clark comes in from Northeast Oklahoma A&M, 12.5 points per game, 2.5 boards, 3.5 assists. Santa Fe Junior College guy from Carmelo Branch, 21.5 points per game, 7 boards, 3.5 assists. Independence Junior College, Chris Dockery. He put up 17 points per game, 7 boards, 3 assists. Trey Booker Lowry, Jason Hilliard, both of them also JUCO guys. They do have 2 returners from last year's team, just 1 starter coming back in Jason Petty. He played 28 minutes a game last year, averaged 11 and 4.5. He took 5 threes a game at a 25.5% clip. It's not a guy that you want shooting a ton of threes. they do bring in 2 D1 guys that are going to play big minutes, but did not play big minutes previously in their careers. Jerome Palm is the expected 5. He comes in from Hawaii. He was just a role guy, he was far on their bench, played 9.5 minutes a game last year. And then Kernan Bundy from Iona. He played 15 minutes a game last year, shot 38% from 3 on 1.5 attempts a game, but very limited burn with the Gales. Also for Max Sims, not a whole lot of time on the floor from Binghamton. A Darren Scott, he was a walk-on at Auburn, barely played. Babacar Bengui, no way I drilled that name, but he comes in from UTEP, and he was just a role player his first year of college basketball, but he's a 7-footer and gives a little bit of depth in the front court. You got a Long Beach State transfer who played under 10 minutes, and Corey Curtis Jr. There's a whole lot of D1 guys that didn't play a whole lot, or JUCO guys that were all-stars, and you're mashing it together. And to me, it's disaster. I never predict these teams to really do well. If Menzies has a surprising year, or if Menzies has a good year, that will be surprising to me. Capper, do you have this team in the bottom half as well?
Oh, without question. Bet the overs in a lot of their games, because they're going to score points, but they're also going to get scored on a ton. I'm not seeing a lot of defense on this roster. If you look at some of the bios of some of the JUCO guys, it's like the needs to improve line is always defense. I don't think it wouldn't shock me if all 5 guys just stayed down on the offensive end for the entire game. Just let them do what they're going to do. Yeah, we'll be back here. So somebody passes in. But yeah, I'm not very high on this program. I think they'll be exciting. They could be a fun watch. They might even clip a few people if they get a hot shooting night. But I don't see a lot of success for the Roos this season. Mac, what say you?
I don't know I don't know if I can buy into Menzies as a consistent coach. I mean, he was good at New Mexico State, but that was when New Mexico State was rolling year after year after year. So, yeah, he was good then, but last year was disappointing. A lot of moving pieces. They'll be better than last year. Maybe they're closer to that year in 23-24, but I don't know. I don't have a lot.
I don't know if they're going to be better.
I don't see this team being better than last year.
No.
I will say
it can't be worse. They're 4-12 in league
play. They could find a way.
You can be worse than 4 wins in conference.
Yes, the Citadel.
I will say, if there's one positive to like about this team, it's the front court. Jerome Palm from Hawaii, Bengay, the 7-footer from UTEP, a Darren Scott, an Auburn guy who was practicing against the best front court in the country last year. There's some potential, possibly at the 4 and 5 on the
team. A human chair for the best front court in the country.
Let's talk about these Hawks, these fighting Hawks. As North Dakota, we got Paul Sather headed into year number 7. I don't think people realize that this team wasn't very good last year. They just see all of Eagle Staff.
They just have Eagle Staff.
Yeah, and they saw Eagle Staff's highlights, and they think this team was good. This team was not good last year. No. 5-11 in league play, 12-21 overall. The year before, they were good. They finished tied for second, a drop-back year. Are they better without Eagle Staff, potentially?
Do you want that to be the truth, though, Mr. West?
Well, I think Eagle Staff is a guy that you could plug in as a role guy to come in and shoot threes, but when he shoots the ball every possession like he did at North Dakota, you're not going to win a lot of games.
No.
I mean, they haven't really won a whole lot of games under Sather to begin with. They've just had one winning season.
Yeah. Well, what was the year before? What's your take on this roster?
The roster's got some continuity that you have to like, especially in the backcourt. They returned 2 seniors in this program. Very inexperienced bench and young, all around. They've got 3 total seniors on the roster, so it's a little bit concerning for me. Eli King is the one returning starter they've got. He shot 37.5% from 3 on 3.5 attempts a game, averaged 8.5 points, 5.5 boards. I'm not saying he's Trace Eagle Staff, but he's going to be the go-to guy from deep. Reggie Thomas will probably step up into the point guard role. Last year, he played 12 minutes a game, averaged 1.5 assists, 2.5 points per game. And then the other senior on the roster is Garrett Anderson, a D2 guy from Central Washington. He shot 41% from three on 4 attempts per game, averaged 14.5 points, 5.5 boards. He's a 6'6 senior wing. They've got 2 6'10ers, not quite 7-footers, but you have Josh Jones from Oral Roberts. He played 18.5 minutes a game in this conference a season ago. In limited attempts, he was 60.5% from the floor. So we'll see what happens with a little bit more burn. He only played 18.5 minutes. And then George Natsishvili. There's a lot of Georgians or Europeans in UFC with this part of the last name, but I still don't think I drilled that. His freshman year, he only played 8 minutes a game for the Hawks last season. And then they've got Zach Croft returning. He played 11.5 minutes a game. And then 3 guys that played less than 6 minutes a game also come back with some freshmen. Like I said, that bench is young, inexperienced. There's not a whole lot of experience to begin with on this team. Just 1 returning starter, 3 seniors, period. I've got North Dakota in the basement, right there alongside UMKC, and we'll talk about another team too.
Yeah, I got a cosign. They're definitely in my bottom half. I don't know what this team's identity. It's a bit of a mystery team, but it shouldn't be because they do have a couple of returning guys. I'm not really sure what to make this roster. I do know that if they have 1 or 2 injuries, they're going to be hurting for depth. This is going to be a rough season, North Dakota.
I think they overachieve.
I could see it.
I could see them going in towards the middle of the pack. So,
I think that's really bold.
I mean the basement's pretty low in this league. So
there's only 9 teams. Like, how far in the basement can you be?
Yeah, I sometimes you see the guy that's so ball dominant leave, and the offense flows better.
And it opens up. Yeah,
they more guys buy in. And so give me a little bump.
I think I'm
staff.
On the other side of that coin, you could also make a case the reason they were so ball down is because the other guys weren't very good.
That for whatever reason, they just kept giving the ball to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff wasn't an efficient player at North.
No, he was not. He was not.
He was fun. He was entertaining, but he had games where he was like 3 for 17, and it's like, geez, Louise.
Yeah.
So a lot of people could go 3 for 17. So
TMZ player.
Total TMZ player. So hopefully he's not TMZ for the Mountaineers. We'll see. Let's talk about MyBookie. And MyBookie is over there, and we're brought to you by MyBookie because you can bet on football and basketball over here at the MyBookie.ag. Everything else, their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head over to MyBookie.ag, promo code TCESPN. They got college hoops lines coming out here any day now. I know some books are offering. I assume MyBookie will release them as well. So get on over there, 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for a new customer. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is #1 sports prediction market. You're getting the best prices over there at Novig. Highlight the juice over there. So get on over there. It's available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 off when you spend $5 and use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, let's go over to the better North Dakota, and that is our Bison. The Bison here, it's a good program. And Richmond's been there a minute now. He was promoted within when Saul Phillips left in 2014. So he's been there since 2014. He's made 3 NCAA tournaments. He's only won the regular season twice, but he's finished in the top 5 every single year. So pencil them in; they'll be in the top 5. 21-11 last year, 10-6. A nice year off of 2 losing seasons overall. But when you really dig, he's never had a losing season outside of 1 year in conference play.
He's always able to get them like right over 500.
They're solid. They're solid. They'll be 4th or 5th like always.
Correct. And they returned their point guard and their 6-man from last year. Damari Wheeler-Thomas comes back. Actually, I wouldn't say point guard, but he's going to be the point guard this year. Last year, he didn't play. due to injury. Yeah, he's a 6-foot senior guard, averaged 2.5 assists in 2023-24, shot 37% from deep, played 34 minutes a game that season, 45% from the floor, really efficient scorer. But again, that 2024 North Dakota State team was not that great. It was 8-8 in conference, 15-17 overall. So we'll see what happens here. Noah Bienick was the 6-man last year. Played a little bit of the 5, a little bit of the 4, can shoot the 3 ball a little bit. Played 25 minutes a game, averaged 8.5 and 6. He could pass it as well. He's a really talented 5 for this team. A little bit more of a runway as a, or just I guess he's not really competing for his position. He's going to be a starter, and there's not really a guy that's backing him up with proven D1 experience. So this guy has all the potential in the world, and he's got a huge runway here to be the guy. Markai Strickland comes in from Western Michigan. Really good defensive piece. He's a 6'6" senior wing. He averaged 11.5 points per game, 4 boards, over an assist per game, over a steal per game with the Broncos last year. I think he really improves this team's defense alongside Tay Smith, who is a scrappy defender, D2, Lenore Ryan in Louisville area. He's a 6'3" senior guard, played 31 minutes a game last year, averaged 12 points per game, 4.5 boards, 2 assists, almost 2 steals per game as well, shot 35.5% from 3. You've got Stefanovic returning from last year. He played 13 minutes a game his freshman year. Trayson Anderson played 5.5 minutes a game his freshman year. They've got 4 incoming freshmen. Travian Carson is a guy they're high on from the Des Moines area junior college. 15 points per game, 8 boards, 3.5 assists. He did a little bit of everything as a 6'4" junior guard. We'll see how well that translates into Summit, but I think he's a big piece for these guys if they're going to be a competitor in the top half of the league. Max Marley also comes in. He previously was at Central Michigan. He was at Pima Junior College last year, averaged 14 points, 3.5 boards, 3 assists. He provides good depth in the backcourt as well, alongside Emil Skida coming in from Sacramento State. He played 29 minutes a game last year. We'll see what kind of role he plays on this team. I think they're liking a little bit more of the JUCO D2 influence with better defense than Skida. So we'll see what happens. But this team's got some depth. They've got some, front court talent there with Strickland, Petersen. And I like the Marley get on the bench there too. So I think I like this team's depth a little bit more than others in the conference. I got North Dakota State top half. We'll see what happens under the Bison this year. Capper, how do you feel about these
guys? I like that this team has an identity. Like they definitely have it. They definitely have a style. They definitely have a type that they go after, and they're building a program around that. Last year they led the nation in 3-point percentage, and they were second in effective field goal percentage. So this is a team for the nerds. These teams don't always win, but they're usually a fun watch, and they usually do finish in, say, like the top half. So that's kind of where I like them in this. I feel like this is almost more of a lab experiment than a basketball team. And I'm kind of excited to see how it looks on how it's going to look, actually playing actual games. I've got them top half for sure. I could see them making a breakthrough in this league. I think it's a little bit, it's kind of, I mean, it was so wide open last year. I have a feeling we're in for some of the same this year. So I could see them taking a step up if things break right.
They did lose a couple big pieces. But to your point, they do have an identity, and offensively, they're really good when they're at home on their home court. So I'm with you. I'll have them right there at the middle / top half, aka the 4 or 5 spot, because that's where they are when they have a lot of turnover on their roster. So Richmond, good coach. They'll hover around 500. In league play, they'll be just over 500. All right, let's go to the defending champs, a.k.a. the Trash Can Bangers. Crutchfield.
It's a terrible nickname.
Oh, yeah. 91 and 92 overall as a head coach, but you see it his 3 years, their trajectory, 9 to 15 to 22, They sweep the Summit regular season and postseason. Noah, can they go back to back?
I think they have a good shot to. They bring back a lot of continuity. They have some experience on this roster as well. Potential of 6 seniors in the rotation, another junior additionally in that rotation from the D2 level. There's a lot of potential with Omaha once again, and Crutchfield proved me wrong last year. I guess us wrong. We both had them 7th and 6th in our preseason rankings last year, and they came on strong. They do lose their 2+ players though. Markel Sutton was the best player in this league last year. He averaged 19 and 8, and then JJ White was the point guard. The good thing about Omaha is that their system, they were so well at sharing the ball last year that almost everybody averaged 1.5, 2 assists a game last year. Lance Waddles is the guy that I think they're going to have off the ball because this guy kind of sets up as like you want other guys shooting the ball necessarily is how I would maybe put that. He averaged 2 assists last year. He was of the 4 returning seniors that played 20+ minutes a game last year. He was the worst shooter. Tony Osborne is the guy that I would circle here that is definitely not playing the point. He shot 39% from 3 on 5.5 attempts a game, 44% from the floor, averaged 12 points, 3.5 boards, 1.5 assists. He's a 6'2 senior guard. You got Jayshawn Glover, who's also a legit guard, 6'4, averaged 7.5 points per game, 3 boards, 2 assists, shot 35.5% from deep on 2.5 attempts a game, 45.5% from the floor. Cameron Thomas comes back. He's a 6'8 senior forward, played 24.5 minutes a game last year, shot 44% from the field, 36.5% from deep on 2.5 attempts a game. And to replace, they lost their starting big man from last year. Julian Margrave comes in, and he from South Alabama didn't play a whole lot, but he's going to provide them a little bit more rim protection than they had last year. They didn't get really exploited that in conference, but out of conference, it was a little bit of an issue for them. If the point guard or the positionless offense without a point guard doesn't work, you have Rob Matos coming in from D2 Malloy. He played 36 minutes a game for them last year, averaged 24.5 points, 3 assists, 4 boards, shot 37.5% from 3 on 5.5 attempts a game. He could be your ball dominant, distribution guard, or you could set him on the wing. He provides some good depth and shooting, and that's a nice piece. The other graduate senior that could play a role in their rotation is Isaac Ondikane. He's a 6'8 grad senior that played 16.5 minutes a game on this team last year. And then you have Valentino Simon from the transfer portal. He comes in from Hutchinson, which is a junior college. He averaged 13.5 points per game, 8.5 boards, over assist a game as well. And that's just so many upperclassmen along with Grant Stubblefield and Kamani Cooper. You've got, 10 upperclassmen potentially. I think really it's 7 to 8 possibly in this rotation. There's a lot to like with Omaha this year. They've got some shooting. Hopefully they have rim protection and plenty of experience to go around with a defending champ that returns the most minutes in the conference, the most experienced roster. Omaha's once again like a title contender this year.
I can't disagree with you, but they lost a lot of what was really special about that team last year, when losing their best player, losing their point guard. That was like the heart of that team. It really was. Also, was it just a lightning in the bottle season, or were they actually building a program? I'm honestly not sure.
Hey, to my point on the Eaglestaff thing, remember when they lost Fiddler?
Yeah.
And they had guys step up the next year around them. Like everybody thought, because Fiddler was leaving, that Omaha would take a step back, but they completely bought in with that group last year. I don't know, Cap. What do you think?
I definitely haven't finished top half. I don't know if they're going to be able to repeat kind of the magic of that of last year. Typically, those lightning in a bottle seasons, they don't, when they come around, they're special, but then they also kind of disappear. And it's an experienced roster, agreed, but I'm just not seeing an experienced and special roster that can kind of take that next step and win a conference. Good.
I looked through real quick. I don't know if he loses anybody from the coaching staff, which is a good sign.
It's also kind of odd.
They're good. They're gonna be in the top 3.
Yeah,
in
they
my
are.
opinion. But like to Cap's point, they're going from the hunted to the
Yeah,
hunter to the hunted, and now all of a sudden people are gonna want to be banging trash cans when they beat Omaha because they were obnoxious last year. So I'll be fading them this year.
They are not my predicted winner of the league, but I do think they're contending. I mean, how can you not love the returning experience and predictability and everything? That's what wins in mid-major leagues. I've got them up there.
I guess, but I would be, if I see, kids doing dealership commercials and, showing up 10 pounds overweight, I'm going to be concerned.
Step back.
That's just college basketball in today's era.
Step back, but they still are easily in the top half for me.
I think so too. Yeah,
because of the returning production.
I think so too. Yeah.
They'll be laying some inflated lines, I think.
Yeah, there's a TMZ team.
I'm eating all the Omaha steaks I can get. Come on, boys, let's go.
All right, sell me on this team, Bienick.
Good luck.
Barnett, yeah, he's got a West Virginia sweatshirt on, so that's about all I could do is sell this Oral Roberts team in year 1. He comes over. Worked a year for DeVries. He's a Steve Alford guy through and through, so Colby will want to go against Oral Roberts here.
Yeah, it's just a massive transfer portal team. The roster completely turned over. I'm not quite sure what the identity here is going to be. Do you know what Barnett specializes in, Mac?
Alford is more of an offense. Actually, I don't even Alford's actually supposed to be a defensive coach, but sometimes his teams are inconsistent defensively. DeVries is definitely a defensive coach because of how they played last year, and those Drake teams were tough.
There's positional length with this roster. I think they're stronger defensively than offensively. That's for sure.
They'll play slow, is what I'm saying, because DeVries and Alford play slow.
He hit that Ohio, West Virginia area hard recruiting for this Oral Roberts team, which is pretty interesting. Ty Harper was one of the better players for Youngstown State last year, which maybe he's got a connection to your boy at Utah State as well, who used to coach for the Penguins, because Harper's been there for a minute. 6'3" graduate senior guard, played 27 minutes a game last year, shot 34.5% from 3 on 4 attempts a game. You've got Lane Sparks comes in from Huntington, which I know is West Virginia NAI school, 6'3" grad senior guard, played 32.5 minutes a game, averaged 22.5 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, shot 37.5% from 3. You've got Ofri Neve, the West Virginia transfer. He didn't play last year, though. Another Huntington transfer from NAI level, Landon Jordan, a graduate senior 6'9" forward, played 22 minutes a game, averaged 14 and 7, shot 67.5% from the floor. I think that wraps up the Ohio and West Virginia guys, if I'm not mistaken. You got Connor Dow, who was a bench guy for Steve Lutz in Oklahoma State last year, transfers down in state to Oral Roberts. He's a 6'6" junior wing. Luke Gray is your one returner. He only played 11 minutes as a freshman last season as a 6'7" forward. Speaking of Alford, they got a guy coming in from Nevada, Yuto Yamanouchi, 6'10" senior, expected to be the starting 5, averaged 8.5 and 5 in 20 minutes a game with the Wolfpack. There might be some potential with that grab. Actually, sorry, he didn't play with Nevada last year. Those are his stats from Portland.
I watched a lot of Nevada basketball. I don't remember a 6'10" Japanese guy.
Who else we got? Chase Turner from Wofford. Chase Martin from Wofford. Jack Turner from Loyola Chicago. I don't know, man. I've got ORU.
A lot of unknown here.
There's so much unknown.
I will say, I kind of like him sticking to his ground and dub V area. Like, he recruited some handpicked guys from that area.
He only spent 1 year there, though.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he might have been eyeing him for.
Oh yeah.
for
I gotta go to this
LB.
Huntington game and see this NAIA
I
action.
can't explain to you why else he would be there.
That it has to be it. I mean, there's no other reasonable
Because both of
explanation.
those guys were really good at Huntington, but I don't know.
Okay. I think Oral Roberts is in for a typical year one where they kind of take their lumps. I think it's going to be about establishing culture, establishing a system of play. They're going to play slow. Look to bet the unders on their games. That's my analysis. I'm not going to be having them in the top half. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, they're going to be at the bottom for me. I'm not going to sit here and try to make a case for them.
No.
Barnett's also a first year head coach, so there's a lot unknown. Working for DeVries, working for Alford. We think they're going to play slow, but hell, he may come out and open it up here. So I need to see this team. They will be at the basement for me, which is all the roster turnover and quite frankly, taking over a program that has been bad the last couple of years under Springman. So
yeah, this is not the 2023 team that made the run. This is not even. I don't think nothing's left, right?
No, nothing's left. There's no Max Asmus here. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Get over there to Underdog Fantasy. Great place to play fantasy pick'em where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available in a ton of different sports. They got a brand new offer for customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is crushing in college football and NFL, and they'll be crushing in college basketball when we get there. So get on over there. Give it away. Weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets in the same type from any model you could build up to $1,000. Use our promo code SGPN when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download the Rhythm app and use our promo code SGPN25. We continue on this journey with the greatest team in the country. That is the St. Thomas Tommies. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I feel like we were like the first ones to really pump this team up at the Division I level. John Tor here. Tower, they always butcher his name. I can tell you what, he can fucking coach. He's 291 and 107 in his 15 years there with the Tommies. They had the one transition year. I mentioned it. The year that they were down, it was kind of the COVID year. It was a weird year there. Outside of that, in the Division I level, fourth place. They jump up to second place. They were one game out of first place last year. They were a dominant Division III program where they won a national championship in 2016. They have an identity. That's why they're good. The Tommies will be in contention again, and I will probably pick them.
Yeah, I think Tower's the best coach in the league.
Yeah, by far the most proven.
The offenses have been unreal for the Tommies in his tenure. Consistently one of the better Summit League programs, and people are buying in all over the country now because they're buying low on two big time former recruits. You have Nick Janowski, who is formerly a top 150 guy coming in from Nebraska, where he redshirted. He's a 6'4" guard. Really high on his shooting ability. They are also provides a little bit of length defensively. Isaiah Johnson Arrigu is also a former top 150 recruit. He comes in from Miami, and he only played 5 minutes a game for the Hurricanes. That absolute disaster of a program last year, and there's just a lot more potential talent on this team than there are on other rosters in the league. It's just they're relatively unproven. The one returning starter from last year is Nolan Minisale. He shot 56% from the floor in 26 minutes a game as a freshman. He averaged 11 points per game, 3.5 boards, 2 assists, over a steal per game, over a block per game as well. Can do a little bit of everything for you as a 6'5" guard. And you have Ryan Default, who's a 6-foot graduate senior, going to step into the starting point guard role. Last year, he averaged 1.5 assists per game in just 14.5 minutes. Carter Bjerke is a 6'9" redshirt junior big man who is probably going to start at the 5 this year for the team. Played 21 minutes a game last year, 10 points, over an assist per game out of the 5. But this is where like St. Thomas is just so special. This guy, as their 5 threes a game, 41.5% clip. Expand that into like 25, 26, possibly 30-minute role per game guy as a starting 5, and St. Thomas has a chance to be special. Luka Momcilovic, that's the brother of Milan Momcilovic at Iowa State.
Yeah.
He can shoot. Ben Oosterbaan as well. Played 16 minutes a game last year. He shot the lights out of the ball for St. Thomas, 46% from 3 in limited attempts as a freshman. Ryan Lafferty shot 40% from 3 as a freshman in just 7.5 minutes a game. Jermaine Coleman is a 6'7" redshirt sophomore forward, played 6 minutes a game last year. We'll see how much run he gets. Austin Hero is the brother of Tyler Hero, the younger brother there. Just there's so much potential with this roster. I can't tell you necessarily who's the starting 5. I have relatively guess, but Berkey's going to be a big piece for the team. Janowski, Johnson Arigu. I have a good feeling that those 3 are going to be, big offensive pieces. And Mac, most importantly, they're breaking in a new arena. The barn looks beautiful. It's a combination of basketball, hockey. St. Thomas is going to have some lit crowds. It's like a perfect small mid-major schools arena that it's going to encapsulate the sound. Going to be a perfect home environment. I think it's a perfect storm. This is the team that I have winning the league this year.
My only concern is, are they becoming a little too TMZ?
I don't think so.
I will miss the Shoemaker.
Nobody walks into the Shoemaker and comes out with a dub.
They even fuck teams up in that Shoemaker.
They did.
They are getting a little too popular.
It's a TMZ roster.
It is. But dude, Tower, look at that record.
I know.
He knows what the fuck he's doing.
He does.
They have some TMZ pieces, but they fit their identity.
Okay.
Good white basketball players.
I'm
want me to call a spade? Good white basketball players.
All right. I'm probably picking it. They're in my top 2. I love this roster. I love the program. I love everything they're building. I love that they've built it. It's beautiful. I'm excited to see it in the new arena. My only concern is that they're going to go a little Omaha, and we're going to have to start to turn on them because they're going to be a little too TMZ.
No.
If they're laying big numbers potentially. But
yes, they're going to be laying some big numbers at the Lee and Penny Anderson Arena.
I will say, man, they can blow you out though because they can make threes and punches. Like they're explosive offensively, despite having some staples in them. But yeah, I love this team. This team, they need to get to the dance, and they're eligible to go to the dance now too. So let's go. Yeah. South Dakota, a nice year for Eric Peterson. In year number 3, he hovered around that 12-win mark the first couple years, but nice job last year jumping up to 19 wins overall. They jump up into the top half here, 5th place from back-to-back 8th place finishes. Coyotes were chippy, especially at home. What's your thoughts on these Coyotes? Where he was where was he at before that? Wilson State back in the day. So. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Peterson here, Bienick?
They've kind of been a bottom half team throughout his tenure, just below 500 for a lot of those years. And a strong identity hasn't really been established yet for the Yotes under him. I do think that they did well in the portal. They handpicked a couple of guys to fill some holes. They're buying low on Josiah Dotzler after an ACL injury last year for St. Louis. He's a 6'3" junior guard. I think they're going to give him runway as the starting point guard this year. Jordan Crawford as well is comes from a good college basketball family. Came from EKU, 6'3" redshirt junior guard. played 14 and a half minutes a game a season ago. And then Ethan Kaiser's a 6'5" forward who redshirted last year at South Alabama. Uh, all of those guys, yes, they're kind of repairing the backcourt. That's a little bit of a question mark, but they don't return like a starter from last year. So they were going to have to anyway. And there are a couple of buy low guys that I'm kind of interested to see what happens with them having a little bit of a bigger role in a smaller conference. Isaac Burns is the biggest name returning from last year. Averaged 14.5 points per game, 4.5 boards, shot 46.5% from the field, 32% from three on 4.5 attempts a game. He's a 6'5" junior guard. They bring back a senior 7-footer, Cameron Fens, who played 18.5 minutes a game last year, averaged over a block per game, was 57% from the field, 8.5 points per game, 5 boards. Expand his role a little bit, and he's a really good piece as well. The bench is relatively inexperienced. The only guy that has gotten a whole lot of runway is Ashton Smith. He's a 6'9" senior forward, played 15 minutes a game last year. Shea Eberween, in his first year of college basketball, played 17 minutes a game last year. You've got Jake Brack back and then a couple of redshirted freshmen here on the bench. There's some continuity in the program that you like, and I think it's you know, supported by some incoming transfers that we'll see what happens. I have South Alabama just below kind of the muck.
South Dakota.
The rosters that I don't love. So
See,
why'd you say South Dakota?
You said South Alabama.
Yeah, he said South Alabama.
Oh, I was looking at the South Alabama transfer. I have South Dakota in the bottom half of the standings, just above the muck, the rosters that I don't really like. So
Really, I kind of like this roster. I have them in the upper half. I think they did a great job with the buy low on Dotzler and Crawford. Dotzler was out with the ACL last year, and Crawford he had mono and lost a bunch of weight and I think he tried to play through it and was just kind of a mess. So I think they're both kind of taking a step down, but that's a really good get for a program like South Dakota. I like that backcourt, and I think Bruns is a potential Summit League Player of the Year. If things kind of fall right for him, he could. I'd like the production there. So I kind of like this.
I maybe like Fens a little bit more on his own team.
You could talk me into Fens too. Yeah. No, I mean, again, the production will be there. But I'm kind of talking myself into this. I don't know the depth is about what you'd expect for a Summit League team. I'd feel better if they had a little bit more, but I kind of like this roster. They're in the upper half for me.
I guess you could say there's been a somewhat steady climb. It's just they've never been good in the 3 years for Peterson.
I'm going to sell you on Peterson. I'm going to sell you on Peterson. The more and more I dig on him. He's a Craig Smith guy. He was an assistant when Craig Smith built the program up about a decade ago. Then he went over to Utah State with them, and then he jumped, obviously, the last 3 years at Utah. So I think Craig Smith is a really, really good mid-major coach. So the more and more I dig into Peterson's past, I think they're kind of here to stay as like a middle to top half of the league team program.
Yeah, I think so too. I like this roster. The rotation makes sense to me. I see it on paper.
There's some continuity. They plug some holes, but I'm gonna wait and see. Their best year was 9-7, so we'll see what happens.
We shall see.
Arrows pointed up. Let's go.
The arrow's always pointed up in Brookings because the Jackrabbits are a wagon. I know Eric Henderson is not there anymore, but I remember when TJ Otzelberger left, and then Eric Henderson came in, and they were a juggernaut. So now he goes over to Drake. We get Bryan Petersen coming over here. Year number 1, he's been with the program the last 6 years. He was at the JUCO level, 157-38 at Kirkwood Community College. Started his career at Iowa State. Midwest guy through and through. Perfect fit. I'm bought in on this hire. I love promoting within with the Jackrabbits.
Okay, but are you bought in for year 1 of this hire?
I think so. I think they're contending for a title.
Yeah, here Henderson in year number 1, 22-10 won the league.
I mean, they returned 3 starters from last year.
Yeah.
You got Joe Saylor, who averaged 12.5 points per game, 2 assists, 2.5 boards, shot 33.5% from 3 on 5.5 attempts a game. Kalen Gary played 29 minutes a game last year as a 6'3 junior guard, averaged 11.5 points, 4 boards, 2.5 assists, shot 34.5% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. That's your backcourt, along with Luke Hartle, who comes in from D2 Winona State, who played 35 minutes a game, averaged 17 points, 7 boards, 3.5 assists. Really good defensive piece. Matthew Moores is the other returning starter. He's 6'7 senior forward, played 26 minutes a game a season ago, shot 35.5% as a stretch 4 on 2.5 threes a game. And then we'll see what happens at the starting 5. They don't really have like the experienced center. That's the hole. Damon Wilkinson's a redshirt sophomore, played 10 minutes a game his first year of college basketball. You've also got a redshirt freshman, and Alex Squires, and Caleb Deltzel, who is a D2 guy from Upper Iowa, who specialized in defending the rim. But again, we'll see how that transfers in from D2 into the Summit League. But those 3 guys are probably going to piece together your minutes at the 5. But yeah, there's some freshmen, some inexperienced pieces on the bench, but I like the 3 returning starters. I think Hartle's an all right fit on the wing. We'll see what happens. But Gary, Saylor, Moores, you can't find a better trio in this league, I don't think, than what the Jackrabbits have. I've got them contending. I don't have them winning it. I have St. Thomas winning it, but I think the Jackrabbits will be good in year 1 of Peterson.
Okay. I got a cosign. I think again, the programming continuity, I'm actually kind of excited to see. It's always kind of cool when you have like the guy taking the step, with the program that he's kind of come up with, and not he's been handed the keys to the castle. I'm not they lost Oscar Clough. He transferred out to your Boilermakers, right, Noah?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a big loss for them, but I feel given what they have coming in the backcourt and what they've been able to kind of develop, I think they'll be able to absorb the loss and still be able to contend. Good program, really good coach. Excited to see where this team goes. I think they're going to be right up there at the top, near the top of this Summit League.
Yeah, I mean they lose Clough, but they lost Shireman once upon a time too. And
It's true.
They have an identity. If you have an identity in these leagues, continuity really matters. They'll find a way to be in the top 3 once again and contend for a league title. So looking forward to seeing the Bryan Petersen era there in Brookings. Yep. All right, let's lead it off. Number 9 will be Oral Roberts across the board, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Golden Eagles.
Yep.
Number 8, I got UMKC.
I do too.
I so 3 for 3. I think we're in alignment. Oh, we're not going to sweep this, are we? It's not going to be the same all the way up and down, is it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but it could be.
At number 7, I said I thought they could go to the middle, but I like some of these other teams more. North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks.
I have North Dakota there too.
Yep.
Just super inexperienced roster. So we'll see what happens with the Fighting Hawks.
Yeah, just kind of rudderless. I'm not, I think the other 2 teams are bad, but they're just North Dakota's just kind of rudderless at this point.
I want your Denver Pioneers at 6.
Too low.
Too
low. At 6, I've got South Dakota. There's some returners here supplemented by a nice group of buy low portal guys. I've got them 6th.
I also have the Pios at 6, but they win more than 5 games in the conference.
Around 500.
You have the Coyote. You have South Dakota at 6.
No, I've got Denver at 6.
Yeah, Pios.
Oh, Pios. Sorry.
I apologize.
When you said also have at 6, I was going to give you so much shit for South
Dakota.
No,
I thought Mac had him at 6.
I did, yeah.
He has Denver. I thought you were, when you said also.
Oh,
I thought you were saying that after me. I was like, you gave me all that shit about South Dakota, and you have them at the same spot.
no, I've got them higher.
We're good. I got the buys in at 5. Richmond finds a way to get him back in the top 5 again.
Yeah, I've got North Dakota State at 5 as well. There's really good depth on this roster. I think it's actually one of the deeper rosters in the league, but it doesn't have necessarily the top tier talent that some other rosters that I have contending for spots do.
Really?
He hovers just over 500 once again.
Okay. I also have North Dakota State at 5.
I'll go 4 first. I have Denver. This is where I have them. Lots of continuity from a D2 Sweet 16 team. I think the roster fits super well. There's some depth issues here, in my opinion, but yeah, I'm buying in on the Pios.
This is where I got the Coyotes. Got my Coyotes here.
You got the Coyotes at 4?
Yeah, the other Peterson. He's got good continuity, man.
Oh, jeez. I also have the Coyotes at 4.
3? You got Bienick?
I got South Dakota State 3. They returned 3 starters. I think it's the best trio of guys in the league, but it's a first-year head coach. A little bit of issues at the 5. Trouble replacing Clough. Didn't put the puzzle pieces together there. Thank you, Cap. But yeah, I got them contending for a title, but I don't have them winning it. Jackrabbits 3.
Okay. 3, I got Omaha. I got Omaha taking a step back. They're out of the top 2. I'm going with the culture up top.
I'm going to get roasted in the comments on this one because I also have Omaha at 3. He's copying Mac up and down his sheet.
Who you going to, Bienick?
Omaha. I've got Omaha there. They have the most experienced roster, the most returning minutes from a first place team. They're second place in my preseason rankings.
I got the Jackrabbits, year 1 of Peterson, but they're not as good as my team up top.
I'll go TMZ Tommies second.
There you go. You flipped it.
Yep.
So Bienick and I have the Tommies, and you have the Jackrabbits?
That's correct, yes.
Sorry. Who do we have winning the tournament?
Tommies.
Tommies get it done, man. This is the year of the Tommy.
Yeah, I think I agree with you guys too. St. Thomas.
They're so due, man. They're so due to win it finally.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah. So preseason poll, Tommies were number 1, Omaha 2, South Dakota State 3, North Dakota State 4, South Dakota 5, UMKC 6, Denver 7, North Dakota 8, Oral Roberts 9. My sleeper is Denver. I've got them 4th. I think, not only it's evident in the preseason poll that a lot of people are going to be sleeping on Denver, but I'm telling you, that's a team that we're going to be backing early and often.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I don't have a team that's 1 spot off the preseason ranking.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a few.
Who?
That were off 1 spot off the preseason ranking?
Yeah. Who?
I had the Jackrabbits winning it. They were 1 spot off.
Okay.
Tommies,
they were
1
3.
spot
Yeah.
off.
I guess I had them too. Yeah.
UMKC at 6.
Okay. Yeah, that was the 1. So I have a bust, but I don't have a sleeper.
Can we take Denver's? I guess Denver not really. Denver's a sleeper and UMKC is a bust. Does that work?
Is South Dakota in the top 4? No.
I'll take South Dakota as my sleeper.
I mean, what did they do last year?
They were 6th.
They were 9-7. They finished
5th.
Was it 5th?
Yeah, and they're picked 5th again. You guys,
they got it a 6.
I'm smelling a lot of chalk over here from you guys.
Yeah, the Summit is a chalk league.
It is. Well, not last year.
You guys, you're always giving me shit, Matt, for going.
This is a chalk league. They play that fucking tournament in the Dakotas for a reason to try and rig it for South Dakota State.
Tommies this year.
I hope.
Yeah, it's in Sioux Falls. Yeah.
So no sleepers for either one of you guys.
Or
I'll take South Dakota's. Can I do that? South Dakota?
Yeah, sure. And you're gonna have them. You're predicting them to finish higher than you actually have them in your rankings. That's fine.
I thought I had them 4th.
No, you're just gonna predict them to finish top 3.
Oh, I guess I can't do that. All right.
Who's got the highest ceiling that you could see that nobody else?
Yeah, it'd be South Dakota.
I would say Denver potentially, just because it's a lot unknown. We don't have a lot of film on this team, so
that's true.
They're a good team.
You said it, you wanted us to say Denver.
But I kind of just like backing them more early than late.
Yeah, I can see it.
We moved the
Sunday.
SEC preview to Sunday.
Sunday.
So, yeah.
Sunday. Tomorrow night is Horizon League.
Hey, Nick, another player like Tommy Bruner, it's Carson Johnson. He was a freshman last year, D2, Minnesota State Moorhead. Stud. I think he's like one of the best players in the league this year. We'll see.
All right, that does it. 3 down, 1 show to go for me. You guys are done. So, well done. Go check out Cannabis Capper over at the Locks and Dog podcast. Go check out Noah Bienick, Slap Shot, baby. Giving out hockey picks every Friday night. Go check out the college baseball experience.
The St. Thomas building gets broken in this weekend. Hockey home opener.
It's kind of dope.
I think that's the first event they've had. Maybe volleyball or something.
Is that gonna be in the plus or no?
Yeah, I think it should be.
Cap, what were you gonna say?
Oh, sorry. I was signaling my wife. She was asking me something.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I apologize.
Well, tell her we're getting off here. I'm at Moneyline_Mac. He's at NoahB77_. He's at Cannabis Capper. We are the College Basketball Experience. See you guys shortly on the College Football Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here. 10 to go. Good work.